All right, welcome back to LearnWire. In this video, we're going to be doing a Keysearch versus Ubersuggest, and this was a top ranked suggested video from you guys. You guys really wanted me to compare the two. Many of you have Ubersuggest, I believe, in your wondering with the latest video review I did a couple videos back on Keysearch, and I highly recommended picking the tool up. You're kind of wondering, well, if I have Ubersuggest, should I get Keysearch and so forth? So let's we're going to jump into this, and I'm going to try to stick to keyword research module. We won't be able to cover everything in here. I'll try to kind of wrap it up and just show the different tools, but I don't want to get this have this be like an hour-long video or something like that, right? But we're going to definitely spend a lot of time in the keyword research section, because that is definitely the number one tool that you would be using with any kind of keyword research tool. You're using it to do keyword research, right? But then this new thing that's come up is competitor analysis or competitor gap analysis. Many of the keyword tools are starting to have this built in, and it's where you're able to take one website and then take your own website, and it's going to basically compare the two. And it's pretty amazing actually building these into these tools. I don't know how they do it, but essentially it's going to tell you all the keywords that your competitor ranks for that you currently do not. And obviously if you have a newer website, it's going to be quite a bit of keywords, but then you're able to sort it by the easy keywords. So it's kind of like the website, your competitor website already did all the research for you. They're already ranking content, and then you can go in even further and look for the easy wins, right? So we'll be looking at both them. I believe Ubersuggest has this. I haven't really used it much with that tool, so it'll be interesting to see how they compare. Keyword score comparison right here. I kind of want to see, because I did a video earlier today on Longtail Pro, and I used Ubersuggest and Keysearch in that video as well to kind of do some KW score comparisons, and Ubersuggest was way off. So Longtail Pro and Keysearch were very, very similar with the score that it was providing, and then Ubersuggest was pretty far off. So I want to do some of those head-to-head comparisons right here, specifically Keysearch versus Ubersuggest, and then just overall I'll give my thoughts on the speed and kind of the, I guess, the ease of use and workflow of the tool, right? And then we'll try to look at exporting content, keywords from there. I believe right off the top I can tell you that Ubersuggest, I think it only exports 2,000. I think it exports 2,000 keywords. Overall thoughts right at the end. So let's jump in. We're going to go in here to Keysearch right away, and we're going to actually do some really rare hobbies or sports that I just actually did a Google search to find some of these, and one of them in particular that we're going to do, we're not going to do just like weight loss and all the really heavy, really huge niches on the web. We're not going to go through that. I mean, I'm sure both tools will come back with quite a bit of data and good keyword selection, but let's go into stuff that is lesser known items, right? So we're going to come over here, and dodgeball would be a good one actually, but we're going to go in here and do underwater rugby, and you can come over here and you can select your location. We're going to go ahead and just stick with all locations right here, and then the database right here. So this is really cool, and this is what will separate itself from Ubersuggest, is that you're able to import your own keyword research, your own list, competitor keywords, Pinterest, Etsy, eBay, Amazon, YouTube, Bing, and Google Suggest, and their own database. Typically, you're going to keep it with related keywords or the database. If we go with database here, then it's going to automatically have most of the scores will be built in for us. A lot of the words will already have scores related to them. So I'm going to go with Keysearch's database right here. Then we're going to push search, and you'll see it's rather fast. We've got our score right now. So underwater rugby, just a general term, broad, is already at 38. Now that's really cool, because that's telling me that this is probably going to be a low competition niche to get into. If the broadest keyword is already in green right here, then you know this is going to be a low competition a niche. Now, if you just type that into Google, here are going to be it is really weird. They only give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 or 9 words they usually give you right here. It's not 10. But when we're looking at here, that you have a summary of the stats right here. The lowest DA, see like right here out of all these pages, you've got some stats right here. The lowest DA is a 6, the highest or the average is 47. That's because, and that's kind of throwing it off because there's 3 on here that are over 60. But look at all these green and yellow opportunities right here. And this is for the broadest keyword, right? It does look like there's some seasonality in August, September, October, November is when this is at its most popular state. It must not be a summer sport because May through August, it's actually on the lowest trend of the year. So you just get to look at this. It's very simple, and you get a lot of information on the screen all at once with Keysearch. So we're looking at a 38. It brought back 700 words over here. And you can go in here and you'll notice that there's a lot of these keywords that are not checked. And if you wanted to check one, you can just click one, rugby underwater. It's going to go and get the score for us. It's a 33, and then it's going to pull up the new data over here. Another thing that you can do is you can use these filters over here, and because you're going to be using credits, right? So I have 154 left in my database for today. But something that's really cool that you can do is we can go, if we want to go and just look at really low competition keywords, you just use the filter section over here. It's really easy to get into. It's actually kind of hard to find right there. They should probably have it highlighted a little bit more, but you just click on this little button over here that says filter. And if you're looking for a particular keyword to include, you'd put it in right there, or negative keywords, or number of words. If we want to look for a really long tail, maybe we would just go with 5 right here. And then we can come over here and go with volume. We want to look for 10 to maybe 250 if you're starting off with a new website, and maybe a CPC of 50 cents or higher, right? So now we can go filter with that, and then it's going to find the keywords that fit that range right here. And then you can come back over here and just push reset right there. It's going to bring all these back, okay? Now I'm going to come back in here and just go with volume 10 to maybe 1000 and filter. And then we are going to get back 688 keywords. And I'm going to take this one down to about 250 again and just see what comes up with just 10 to 250 right here. It's still a lot of keywords. Let's try 50 cents or higher. Okay, so we've got 111 keywords, so these would be more profitable keywords because of the cost per click. I'm going to change it to 150 and see if we can get this knocked down a little bit more. 100 and 93 right there. Okay, so what you can do now is you can actually come over here and select all these, and you can go and do a bulk check right here. And so look, it's going to go out there and actually bulk check all of these right now for us. You can see it's actually pretty darn fast. It's very, very fast at doing this, and we'll give it a minute right there. While it's doing this, let's take this same keyword, underwater rugby, and we're going to go into Ubersuggest right here. I'll go start off at the dashboard. You're able to put in your sites and do about 100 keywords, I believe you can track on Ubersuggest at any given time. You can track different websites in here and so forth. What we're going to go and do right now is go to the keyword section and go to keyword overview, and then I'm going to go and throw this underwater rugby in here. You have options to put English, United States. You can add keywords to a list, optimize for a keyword. I'm going to just say search right here. It's going to come back up. It's going to tell us 720 search volume. And over here, what is the search volume? It's over here. Nope, that's not it. Underwater rugby. All right. We'll come back to Ubersuggest in a minute, but we have all the keywords selected over here. And what would you do next? Well, you would uncheck all those, and then you would go to score and click it a couple times, and then look at, you have all these easy keywords that are all in green, and just all these different keywords that you would never think of, right? And so we have a lot of really good keywords that we can go for. You can actually go and check mark all these right here. And then you can go and, where's the button over here? You can save the keywords to a list, right? We would just come up and do add a new list. And then we would just say that this is underwater rugby, and we would add these keywords to the list and so forth, right? So next, if we wanted to export from here, we could actually export these 93 keywords. I believe that you can only export up to 1,000 keywords in Keysearch, and I believe it's 2,000 in Ubersuggest. But what I like about Keysearch is that you're able to dive in much faster and tell the software exactly what you want to do before you do your exports. So it isn't really too much of a problem. But we're going to go back in over here and look at Ubersuggest some more. So it's telling us that there's a lot more search volume for that keyword. And then you can see the trend right here as well. We're going to come back over here. You can view all keyword ideas. That's usually the button that you select, and then it's going to have all the keywords, right? So right now we have 133 keywords. I'm going to go over to related, and I'm very, very surprised to see this. Some keywords, you'll notice that Ubersuggest has hundreds of thousands. I've even seen it have over 1 million for certain keywords. I'm surprised that under the related section right here that it only has 165 keywords right here, okay? But then when we come over to Ubersuggest, we were dealing with like 700 keywords just for that topic, right? So underwater rugby, but then there's best underwater earbuds. It's giving us things that are a little outside of that niche, right? Underwater rugby. So we could come back up here to the filter and just say rugby in here and say filter and see what there actually is. There isn't a whole lot of keywords right there. Let's go back into Ubersuggest. Underwater rugby London. So it does have a lot of underwater rugby, where underwater rugby is the main keyword. You can select right here and do this drop down, and it's going to show us all the data that Keysearch showed us right here. We have the website, this ranking in the top 10. We have the estimated visits, links, domain authority, and social shares right here. And it's going to break it down by suggestions, related over here, questions, prepositions, and comparisons, right? Page 1 ranking potential. If you have a website already, you can put your website in, and then you can click this button over here, and it will bring up the ones that it thinks that you have the chance to rank for the most. So that's sort of the keyword research functions that you get with these two tools. I should show also when you have keywords over here, you would just select them like this, and you can copy them to clipboard, you can export to CSV, and you can add them to a keyword list or rank tracker. So you just create a new list right here, and you would add the keywords. Okay, so so far we're able to achieve keyword research pretty easily with both tools. In order to maybe show you a little bit more, like if we come back over here and we say camping, so anything in the camping niche we want to look at right now, okay? We'll come back to the underwater rugby in a minute, but let's go over here just to show you a very, very big, well-known niche, and also kind of look and see what the tools do for each other. So we'll go with camping over here and push search in the database. We're getting 700 keywords over here. We're getting a score of 61. Ubersuggest is giving this a score. Let's see over here. I'm going to go to keyword overview real quick. It's better to always start off with the keyword overview. An SEO difficulty of 80 right there, and Keysearch has it at 61. So they're both in the red, but there's a 19-point difference with this. It's saying that there are over 4 million search volume for camping right here, CPC of 37 cents. Cost per click over here is higher in Ubersuggest, and there's 2.2 million searches, and in Keysearch they're saying that there's 4 million searches. So you can see just the difference between the two tools. There are just massive different numbers between the two. And this just shows you that any keyword tool that you're really going with is going to have their own way. They have their own team of SEO experts and developers behind the tools, and they're doing what they well, first of all, some of their databases and their keyword databases are different as well, but then they're also going to have a different a measurement, an algorithm that they come up with to determine numbers like this: SEO difficulty, the cost per click for the entire niche, the search volume, right? And that's why you see some pretty big discrepancies between the tools. I'm not going to say right off the top which one I think is more accurate or not, but I just wanted to point it out that there are some pretty big differences, and we could throw in another tool in here and it's going to be different as well. So right off the bat, also, Keysearch is going to only give you 700 keywords. For fun, I want to go over to related keywords. It's going to give you the same, about the same amount as well. We can go to Ubersuggest as well, and we're going to get 690. So I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's about 700 max is what you're going to get over here in the right-hand column. And you can always dive in when you find one of these keywords. Works a little bit like Longtail Pro, where you could grab one of these easy keywords and come back up here and do a full search on that. Ubersuggest, this is the example I really wanted to share, was that if we go to view all keywords with camping, you're going to see that it's pulling back 833,000 keywords right here. And this is where the database of Ubersuggest is just going to be way more powerful than Keysearch, because you're going to be able to come in here. But one thing I will point out that I don't like is that the filters with Ubersuggest, you don't have very many. You literally have volume, you have SEO difficulty, cost per click, and then you can add or include or exclude keywords, and then that's it. It doesn't have anything else right here. It's very simplistic. Not a whole lot that you can do, but a basic way of doing your keyword research in Ubersuggest is you're going to come through here, and maybe you're going to be looking at the volume of 1 to 1,000, and you're going to go SEO difficulty, you're going to go to easy. And that's pretty much like where you're going to get, like, we've already knocked this list down to 149,000. And then you might want to come through here and look at the cost per clicks. We want to look at between $1 and maybe $10 and push apply. And we're down to about 8,700 keywords here. But one thing that I'm noticing in this tool is that, like, I don't know why, but it's still including SEO difficulty. And I think that this might be a bug, because we are telling it we only want to look at keywords from 0 to 35. But look, it's including all these other keywords. I guess it's still trying to find a lot of these keywords right here. We'll give it a minute and we'll come back to this, and then we'll do an export. So in Keysearch, we're under camping right here. You're going to get some cool data. Lowest 64, average is 80. And you can come through here and automatically, I like how a lot of these keywords are already in here. So this niche is used quite a bit, I think. But look at all the keywords that are in here. Can camping stoves be used indoors? Really cool keyword. Maybe you want to explore that keyword, so you click on it, and then it's going to tell us even more data, and you can look over here. And this is what I like. It's just very fast. Keysearch is just very fast at doing this keyword research like this. Now you can look over here at the DAs right here and the amount of links and so forth, right? We could also come in here and grab this keyword that has virtually no competition, and we could come over here and throw that in. I'm going to go back over here to database and just push search. Can camping stoves be used indoors? And you're going to be able to see why you're able to rank right here, because we have so much of the first page is just in green. It's wide open. That keyword is wide open, but then we're also going to be able to get really close keywords right here as well. So we can come in and highlight these right here. I'll just come and find some of these. There's going to be a little bit more of a manual thing that you're going to do with keyword research when it comes to Keysearch. I'm going to come back up here and bulk check these. There's a little bit more manualness to it, but if you don't mind, then you're going to be able to look at all these keywords. So this keyword is a good keyword, and it's going to give you all these really good keywords right here that are going to be in blue. Blue is just even better than green. Blue in Keysearch, blue indicates that literally you're going to rank if you do a piece of content on that. And I think that that's anything under 19 or less is going to be in blue. Can gas lanterns be used indoors? Okay. And you can see we're finding some keywords that have search volume that are in green. So really good stuff. All right, we're going to come back here, and this is one thing that is interesting about Ubersuggest that I've just recently noticed the last few times that I've used it, is that right here I have told the software that I only want to look at the easy difficulty levels, but it does not seem to be sorting it. So I'm going to come over here and try it again, and it's not sorting it for me. See, we still have all these difficulty keywords, so it doesn't really make any sense to me that it's not working. I'm going to take off these other filters, take off all the filters. We're back to 63,000 keywords. Oh no, wait, no, that's 632,000 keywords. And maybe that's why, and that's the thing, is that it may have a massive database, but it's not really, it's having a hard time doing its job. It's having a hard time filtering these keywords, and you can see it right in front of us. We're just trying to sort 0 to 35, and that's all it should be showing over here. But look, it's showing all the heavy keywords, all the difficulty keywords. So that part is not working in Ubersuggest. I'm finding that Ubersuggest is more buggy. That's just me being completely honest. I mean, I have the tool, I've used it a lot, but recently I've found it to be take a long time to log into, and it can be buggy at times. And right now you're seeing it right live, some of the bugs that it has right now. Another thing you could do is just come over here to the SEO difficulty and click these little arrows right here. We should be able to sort it now by the easy stuff, but look, it makes no sense at all that all of a sudden it's just throwing these keywords in here, and those should not be in there, right? All right, so just wanted to point that out. But we're going to come over here, and where is the export button? We're going to come export to CSV right here. Export all, but see there's 632,000 keywords right here that we have, but you'll notice that it's only going to give us a couple thousand. I'm going to open this up real quick, and then I'm just going to highlight over here, and you're going to see that the count is 2001. It's only going to give you 2,000 on the export, right? And we have all these difficult keywords. I wasn't able to sort this. I was not able to export this by the difficulty level, right? And so we're looking at all these extremely difficult keywords that mean nothing to me because I'm not going to go after them. And so the export functionality and some of the bugs causes me to, at this point, really lean more towards Keysearch. I'm just pointing that out. That Keysearch just works flawlessly in what it does. And Ubersuggest, as supported and big as the tool is, I find that it's actually not as useful for me than I would like it to be. Okay, but we're going to keep going through real quick. Let's go look at the keyword score comparison real quick. That's a good one. So let's look at this. Can camping stoves be used indoors? Right here is a 14. Let's go and see what we look at Ubersuggest over here. I'm going to throw that in. I think I can just throw it in right here, and it should end up at the top, and then we'll be able to see what score it's giving right here. All right, so it's giving us a 20, and it's giving us an SEO difficulty score of 26. So it's pretty much double. You can, from what I'm seeing, you can usually take what Keysearch has, and you can usually double it. It's going to be at least 10 to 20 numbers higher for Ubersuggest. They're registering some search volume over here. They're obviously not using the same keyword database. They're not using the same, database to get their search volume or anything like that, because the numbers are just always so far off. Ubersuggest is saying that there's 20 search volume here, and they're saying that it's the SEO difficulty is 26, where Keysearch is showing no search volume and 14. We can go and just look at, click on it again and go look at the domain authority. When we just look at this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top 9 are in. That's one thing I do want to reach out to the Keysearch people and ask them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why don't they just let us have 10, not the first 9? Super funny. Doesn't bother me too much though. But I just would like to know why they don't just add the other 10 on there. But nonetheless, domain authorities, there isn't even anything at 50 or higher. And so I would actually agree a little bit more with the lower score personally. So I'm really just trying to compare the two and really see which ones seem a little bit more accurate out of the two tools, and which one is just the easiest to use. So far, you know, it could change, right? It could change throughout the review, but so far Keysearch is kind of winning in all departments. Let's go back, and we could keep doing the comparisons, but I think I've shown enough to you to show you that the numbers, the difficulty scores from both tools are very different. And that's not too surprising. We could put any two keyword research tools together and compare them, and they're going to have different numbers. But it does seem to be pretty consistent that Ubersuggest usually has a much higher difficulty score of the keywords, and so forth. All right, so let's go and continue on with what we want to look at. The speed, I can tell you right now that I feel like Keysearch is faster and just easier to use. It doesn't have as large of a database, and when you do the refresh and you actually have to pull these numbers and click on check right here, it actually does it fast. Whereas when we were over here and we were looking at all these, you could see Ubersuggest having to update thousands and thousands of keywords. It is dealing with a much larger database, but again, it almost doesn't make any sense because the keyword filtering option isn't even working for me. And so why does it have these options if we can't filter our keywords every time? And like right now, it's still doing the refresh options and so forth, right? So I'm going to come back over and look at the ease of use and workflow. I just kind of already went over that. I lean more towards Keysearch. We did export. We didn't export over here, but I want to show you some really cool things that you're able to do with. You can only export 1,000 keywords over here, but what's really cool is that I like how you can filter down with Keysearch. You can filter down all these keywords. So let's go back over to copy, and let's go back over to our underwater rugby example, because we already pulled the information right for most of this. We have 699 right here. We can just click the export button, and you can export it as PDF, CSV, text, copy to clipboard, and we can just export this, right? It's going to come and export this for us. And you can see it exported all 700 keywords right here. Now, the ones that we didn't go and get the score on, you know, they're going to show NA. Typically, you're going to run all the analysis before you download that. But it is pretty straightforward. It does download everything that it says it's going to. And there's a max on Ubersuggest, and I haven't found a really easy way to actually export the data that you are actually looking for. But I want to go into the competitive analysis, competitor gap analysis right over here, okay? And if we went through here, I'm going to find, let's just find this right here, copy, link address. This right here ranks, okay? I'm going to get rid of this part. But then I'm going to put over here one of my sites, and we're going to push the search button, and then I'm going to go over to Ubersuggest, and I am going to see if I can use their competitor analysis, or do they have it? Keyword generator, it would be over here. I thought that they had one, but it doesn't even look like they have that. I'm not seeing a competitor gap analysis over here in Ubersuggest. I thought that they had one. Similar websites. You can just, okay, so this is the closest we're going to get to gap analysis. We're just going to go right here and push search. This is how you can go and put a website in. But here we go. So we're in Keysearch right now. It's going to tell us all of these pages that Genetics ranks for. You can show up to 100 at a time right there. There's 500. And you're going to see all these keywords right over here. And we can just quickly download all these keywords. Another thing that you can do is you can come over to Explorer over here. You can paste that in right here and push search. And this is going to give us a lot of information about this website, about how many backlinks it has, how many referring domains, the competitive score level, and how many keywords that it's ranking for. We can go over here, view top pages for the site. Which pages bring in the most traffic. You're going to see all this right here, how much traffic it brings in, how many keywords it ranks for just for that one article. Then we can come over here to view keywords. And this is what's really cool. This is the part that I like probably the most, is we're going to just look at all these keywords. And then I'm going to go in here and just sort it by score and look at, you can basically go in and still all of any website's easy to rank for keywords right here. And then what you would do from this point on, you would just push export to CSV, and it's just very fast. It's just going to export right away for us. And while it's doing that, let's come back over here to the site over here, and we can go ahead and get some analysis over here. It did pull up some different competitors for this website right here, and then it just pulls up a bunch of similar websites right here, okay? So once you find a site that you want to look at, you could come over here to, let's just go to this Thrive Global common keywords right here. So these are the ones you have common. So this is kind of the competitor gap analysis. And then right here, you can view all these keywords, 289,000 keywords right here that has the keyword gap. So I'm glad I found it. Yes, here's the keyword gap inside of Ubersuggest. And it's not going to let us, export all of them. And I'm just going to select this just to see what ends up happening. Export all. It's not going to export 300,000 keywords for us. And it kind of doesn't really do much for us. So this is on Ubersuggest. We're going to look at it real quick. And yeah, it only gives us 2,000 keywords. We weren't really able to see the SEO difficulty ranking right here. It looks like they're all it goes from difficult all the way down. So it's just not very helpful. You're not able to drill in. The only thing that I would use this tool for is that I would grab this, since it's a similar website, we'd go back over here to keyword overview and we would throw that site in here, and then we could go and look at all of its keywords that it's ranking for, and then hopefully it's kind of like a throw in the dice type thing with this SEO difficulty, if it works or not. Let's see if it works. Yes, it looks like it's working now. So then this would be the way that you would come in here, and I would actually try to look at, from 1 to maybe 10 and see what pulls up. Try to see if we could get this to, okay, maybe a lot of it's not from 1 to 10. Let's come back over here and go from 1 to 30. And there's some keywords that we would be able to just go and download these keywords right here. And so you'd have some decent keywords to go after. So that's the best way that I would use Ubersuggest. We're going to come back over to Keysearch. We got all these keywords right here, and notice that it's going to give us our difficulty score right here. Okay. And so I'm going to put a filter up real quick in Excel, and we're just going to number filters less than or equal to, maybe we want to look at just 30. You just put the value 30 right there and push OK. And then now look, you're looking at 63 keywords from this one website that we can potentially go in and go after these keywords. It's going to tell you what the website is. So this is just much easier to use, and it's more helpful to me in my business, because now we have all these keywords right here, and we know that they're easy keywords to go after. We know the search volume, what position they're currently ranking for, and so forth. Okay, come back over here. So overall thoughts, I could keep going, showing the sidebar over here. Here's all the tools. You can look at traffic of a website. You can look at their backlinks. You have the keyword ideas over here. But in general, and then does some rank tracking. So overall, both tools are good tools. These tools come to mind when I think of someone that doesn't want to pay for Ahrefs or SEMrush. These tools definitely come to mind. And now Longtail Pro, it might be in this department as well. I did go and pick that up. I'll do more videos on that. But these are the three tools that I'm kind of really using right now for keyword research. But between the two, I've really started using the last 2 weeks, Keysearch. I've been using Ubersuggest for at least 2 or 3 years, okay? I have a membership to Ubersuggest, and I'm finding that I'm just really enjoying using Keysearch. It's easier, it seems more accurate, and I'm able to do more things inside that tool. I feel like Ubersuggest is a little clunky and a little buggy, and it's just not ending up being kind of my go-to SEO tool. And I'm thinking that Keysearch seems like it's fitting the bill for when I'm not in those heavy months where I'm doing heavy keyword research. I'm probably going to pick up Ahrefs, but a close second can be Keysearch. You can do all these different things right here: URL metrics, page analyzer, competitive gap, organic keywords for a website, right? We kind of already did that. You can get there a couple different ways by the Explorer tab, or you can come over here and go to organic keywords right here. You just enter in a site. It's going to check the entire domain, and this is how you can quickly go into any website, any of your competitors' websites, and just basically steal all of their keywords. We can come right over here. We can sort this by 100 and just come up here to score and then do a download. So like right here, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to get all their really good keywords that are easy to rank for. Okay, you have the URL. You can go check out the web page. You have all these metrics that you can look at. Back under here, you can check all the backlinks for a website as well. I guess I'll show you that feature real quick. I know it may feel like I'm being a little biased moving towards Keysearch. I mean, I can come over here. We can look at the backlinks as well. Real quick, I want to make sure that I'm doing the right comparison. So we're going to throw this one in here. Backlinks, it's saying 47. Domain authority is 47. Referring domains is 1952. Over here we have referring domains is 2400. So maybe Keysearch is actually picking up more data and has a better backlink database. They're picking up 20,000 backlinks right there as well. But referring domains 1950, Ubersuggest 51,000 right there. Referring is higher over here, but the backlinks being picked up is lower. And then you just have all these backlinks that you can look up. So, you can look at all the backlinks. I think the charts and everything right here are a little bit crisper and nicer looking on Ubersuggest on the backlinks tool. Is there any way that we can kind of filter this? Here's some advanced filters right here. Yep, right there on Ubersuggest. Okay. URL metrics, I like this one because you're able to come in here and put in up to 20 URLs right here and push search, and it's going to give you all of the metrics right here. You can put in multiple websites right here, push search, and it's going to go out there and give you all this vital information, especially if you're looking at buying domains or buying age domains. It's going to give you all these web vitals right here. So that's a really cool tool as well. They have a brainstorm tool over here in Keysearch too. If you're doing affiliate marketing, Amazon affiliate marketing or anything like that, you're going to have for that, you're going to have all these different Amazon movers, things that are trending right now, that you could go after and so forth. You have a YouTube research tool right here. You have rank tracking in here as well. It says what the rank tracker looks like in here. And you have a rank tracker over here. Let me show you that in Ubersuggest as well. So we'll go to rank tracking for this site. It's going to tell you, plus or minus what keywords you rank for and so forth. So there's a little bit of everything in both tools. Content Assistant over here. I think that, let's see, keyword visualization, keywords generator, labs. Not really sure what this is. Welcome to Ubersuggest keywords generator. But I'm not seeing where the content generator is, but when we're coming over here, you can actually come over to Content Assistant, right? And if we wanted to go for something like this, underwater rugby, and push search, now it's going to go out there and it's going to do a bunch of different information that all these optimization tools do for us, like Neuron Writer, Phrase, Surfer SEO, and so forth. It's going to go out there and do some of this content research for us. And you're going to get all this. You're going to get what the word count is. It should be 1,400 words right there. Recommended keywords. You have all these must-have keywords to put in there. You can send this off to your writer. You can come in here to the keywords tool right here. It's more keywords. Then there's research. All these different websites you can go and get more information. You can view this article, or you can copy this over to your clipboard and paste it, and so forth. Then you can go over here and look at common questions that are being asked within that underwater rugby keyword. And one critique is I wish they had a little button right here that says add to clipboard over here or something like that, and they don't have that. But nonetheless, you can just come over here and add these over to the side and have your writer go and tackle those questions. You have headings right here, H2 headings right here, and SERPs as well. So a lot of research can be done in Keysearch as well. So this is a good all-around tool. And come back over here with my final thoughts. This was Keysearch versus Ubersuggest. And while I do recognize that Ubersuggest has a way larger database of keywords and in some cases can work really, really well for you, the way that I'm doing keyword research right now, Ubersuggest is really just not working for me because I'm only able to download 2,000 keywords at a time from Ubersuggest, and I'm not able to filter those out like I want to, so it's kind of really pointless to do exports out of Ubersuggest at this point. Plus there's bugginess and speed issues. I don't know if you've tried to log into Ubersuggest, but sometimes it can literally take like a couple minutes just to get through the login process because it takes so long to get in there. So there's just things that I've just kind of started. My viewpoint on Ubersuggest has just been turning a little bit, and I am not as fond of using the tool lately. But when I log into Keysearch, it feels right. It feels like it's fast. It accomplishes something that I am looking for. I feel like I'm not wasting my time using the tool. I'm able to do competitor analysis. I'm able to find easy keywords to rank for. I'm able to do content, competitive keyword gap analysis. I'm able to do rank tracking if I wanted to, and I'm able to do the content assistant is just a nice added bonus. So, both tools will get the job done. But if I had to choose between the two right now in October of 2022, I would definitely choose Keysearch. It's also only about $17 a month. And they're pretty generous on the amount of credits that they give you each day and so forth. There's a starter plan. I'm on the starter plan. You can also go with the pro plan. You're going to get a lot more. If you're a heavier user, then you're going to want the pro plan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Yes, I do long, in-depth reviews, and it's for those people that really want to see these tools, the insides and outs of the tools, and straight comparisons, and not just tell you to go and buy both tools. I would definitely strongly recommend Keysearch if you're looking for a very affordable keyword research tool. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you made it to the end, I love it when you guys drop those comments. Yep, I watched the entire thing. Just so cool that some people will watch the entire video. I just really means a lot. Much appreciated, and I know it lets me know that these videos are valuable in helping you guys out. Let me know if you guys agree with the findings or if you have used both tools, and if you agree or if you think Ubersuggest easily beats Keysearch, then I would like to know that. All right, we'll see you in the next video.